Explain like I'm 5. Why is going to bed super late bad for you if you still get the same amount of sleep? I've always wondered this. Especially over summer break or for those who work later, but why is going to bed late bad for you if you still get the perfect amount of sleep? For example, last night I went to bed at like 1:30 a.m. and woke up at 10:30 a.m., which is 9 hours. So if I'm getting required sleep, how is it bad for me? I've heard from an anthropological perspective that it can be beneficial for communities to have both day and night people so that there is always someone on guard. As others have said, it's not about when you get the rest, it's that you get the right amount. Consistency. It's better if you have a consistent sleep schedule in addition to sleeping enough. If you are keeping it 1:30 am, 10:30 am all the time, that's fine. But it's not as good if you do 11 p.m. 8 a.m. some days, 2 a.m. 11 a.m. other days, 5 a.m. 2 p.m. on yet other days. It really shouldn't. However, there are some other somewhat related factors that could affect quality of sleep if you sleep late, such as other people being up and moving around, too much light in the room, not having a consistent sleep schedule, etc. 1. Circadian rhythms are most effective when aligned with natural light, specifically low-angle UV light that wakes you up and outs you to sleep due to evolution. 2. It's more about having the same sleep schedule, so 1 or 2 late nights then swapping back to regular time is bad for your body. Retired in my 60s, I go to bed when I'm tired and wake up when I'm rested. My sleep fell into a cycle where it seems to shift an hour or 2 a day, and I have a week or 2 of day cycle and a week or 2 of night cycle. And I've been perfectly happy with that. The only thing that throws me off is when someone wants to make plans with me a month or 2 in advance, because luck always puts it dead in the middle of my sleep. Going to bed late being bad is assumed you will have to get up early, like for work or when you have to get your kids up for school. But if you get at least 8 hours of sleep, you are good. It's not. The bad thing is going to bed when your body doesn't want you to. Early or late. Everyone has a circadian rhythm that their bodies adopt. Some people are night owls. Trying to get him to sleep at 9 p.m. is misery. Some people are morning larks. They'll fall over staying up until 1 a.m. The only thing that matters is that you get enough sleep. It doesn't matter when you do it. Overall, 5 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. you're not actually getting good rest unless you've got the right environment. Even blackout shades light sneaks around corners. Neighbors run lawn mowers. Cars honk their horns. Birds tweet. Unless you've managed to shut out all stimuli, you're not getting the same quality of sleep you would on a quiet night. It's not if it's your normal schedule. I've been on a going to bed at 5 a.m. schedule since 1999. Physician here. Our bodies are amazingly adaptable and resilient, especially if you're young, which I assume you are. Even if all of the things people posted are true, and most of them are, 1 or 2 late nights will have absolutely no impact on your overall health. It's repeated insults that cause long-term health effects. If you want to stay up late on occasion over summer break, your health shouldn't be the reason you don't. Explain like I'm 5. Answer: basically your brain likes patterns, and when you disrupt that pattern it doesn't know what to do, and so, for a time, it loses track of what it's supposed to do until you get it back on track, or it finally adapts to the new schedule. Either way though, keeping the pattern is key. It's all about doing things on a schedule. Your body gets used to certain timings and will be thrown off if you're not consistent with it. The top guy saying you have a natural cycle is right. But I've also heard you can change that schedule if you do the transition right. On the one hand, this doesn't matter at all. But in the other hand, many people find they don't get good quality sleep during daylight hours. This could be a factor. Working night shift is known to be detrimental to your health, and rotating shifts worse again. But not everyone is affected. If you are not affected, then nothing to worry about. Guess I'll start a to-do list for my internal clock: brush teeth, wash face, tackle world's problems, no biggie. If you are a growing kid, I believe it matters because your body releases growth hormones around 10-12 p.m. Citation needed. Otherwise it probably doesn't matter, other than the fact that society kinda runs on certain hours. So maybe your sleep gets more distractions during daytime because people are more likely to try to contact you or make noise around you. It's not. What's unhealthy is an inconsistent schedule. If you always go to bed late and get up late, that's fine. But if your schedule is all over the place, it can be hard on both your brain and body. I needed your example to understand what you're asking. It makes no difference what time you go to bed. Sleeping to 10 is the same no matter AM or PM. This is probably some silliness adults told you as you were growing up. It's not. The consistent sleep schedule is. But consistently sleeping 1:30 to 10:30 is perfectly fine. If you wake up at 05:00, start drinking wine at 1700 and go to sleep at 2100 for an 8-hour sleep. You drink for 4 hours. If you wake up at 1600, start with the wine at 1700 and go to sleep at 0800. You drink for 23 hours. For example, last night I went to bed at like 1:30 a.m. and woke up at 10:30 a.m., which is 9 hours. So if I'm getting required sleep, how is it bad for me? Sleeping for over 9 hours is positively correlated with diabetes and coronary disease. Because while you're sleeping longer, you're sleeping poorly. Personally, I find going to bed late winds up with me sleeping fitfully when it gets light out and there's more traffic noise. Whereas if I get to sleep sooner, I'm waking up when everyone else is, and I get better sleep. Most people need roughly 8 hours of sleep. There are a lot of things to wake you up during the day or early mornings. The birds chirping at 5 a.m. is enough to drive any sleep-deprived person insane. If you go to sleep at 9 p.m., then there is a really good chance you get at least 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep. You may not even realize you have interrupted sleep from sound or disease, i.e., sleep apnea is rarely self-diagnosed. Your body needs the consistency. The amount of sleep can even be less important than the timing because it throws off your circadian. And in general we respond to daylight, which makes keeping the rhythm more troublesome when daylight interrupts sleep. Bonus unrelated. If I'm not mistaken, short rests like 15 minutes will make you feel more alert rested than if you took a longer but unsatisfying rest. If you stay awake all night, you need to make it up during the day. This limits the number of daylight hours you have to do things and can lead to unhealthy habits. There is also the matter of light. If you do need to sleep during the day, get blackout curtains or find a room with no windows so that it is pitch dark. You'll sleep a lot better.